ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to my videos, my podcast, wherever you are consuming this. Welcome back. Today, again, I am talking about a subject that I talk about quite a bit, and I am sure if you are a regular listener or viewer here, you will know very well what I'm talking about. And that is market volatility and your TSP. Okay, if you know me, you know I hound on this, and the reason is because I see people making mistakes in this area all the time, and so therefore I write about it a lot. And that is when the markets are volatile, meaning when things are a little uncertain and when we don't know where the market's gonna go, right? When everything's going up for the last 10 years, let's say, it is so easy to go to the water cooler and everyone's talking about how they're making a ton of money in their TSP because they've loaded up on the CS&I funds. They're making a ton of money. You're like, wow, I have to do this. I don't want to miss out on this opportunity. I'm gonna load up as well. Let's do this 100%. And you go in and it's awesome, right? It goes up a ton. You feel great. You feel like a genius. It's awesome. And then it drops. It doesn't go up forever. Something happens, whether it's the coronavirus or something else. It comes down and it changes. Like, whoa, I didn't expect that, right? It drops, let's say 20%. You had, let's say 300 grand. Now it's sitting at, I don't know, 250-ish. That is when the best investors really make their money, is when everyone else is scared, when everyone else is selling, when everyone else is really confused and doesn't know what to do, all these things. The best investors know that that is not the time to sell. That is the worst time to sell. The best time to sell is when you have to, right? And when things are high. And so as we approach uncertain times, which I am sure with elections, with diseases, with all kinds of things that are going in the world, with politics and health and everything else, is going to be volatility in the TSP market, right? We've seen a lot already, but we're only gonna see more. I have no idea if it's gonna pop back up to where it was or if it's continue to drop. I don't know, and no one does. You have to know what your strategy is and forget what they say at the water cooler. You have to do your own research. I have heard so many stories of people getting bad information from their friends, from their coworkers who were doing something and they did it too, and it didn't work for their situation for one reason or another, just because it was based on bad information. So when it comes to your TSP, my best advice out there is find a strategy that makes sense to you. If you're gonna go work with a pro and get something like that, awesome, do it. But if not, find a strategy that makes sense to you, okay? And then stick to it, regardless of what the market does. I mean, you could go in and try to time it like a lot of people try to do and fail over and over and over again. Even the professionals that get paid a lot of money to invest, they cannot consistently, on a consistent basis, time the market, meaning they don't know consistently when things are going to go up and when things are going to go down. Someone may get lucky this year, but the probability of someone getting it right year after year after year is next to zero. The numbers say zero, right? It just isn't there. It isn't in the numbers. So when it comes to your TSP, the TSP has been set up very, very intentionally with great investment options, with great matches, with super low fees, with great things that are really hard to find anywhere else. So my best advice is find a strategy that makes sense for you, that's not too aggressive, that's not too conservative, that you're gonna make some money, but you're not too close to retirement and you're not gonna need those funds that you're investing tomorrow, right? And if you do need those funds tomorrow, you're right at the edge of retirement, then you need a different approach depending on what you have when it comes to your fixed income. When you're taking Social Security, you kind of have to play all these together. I'm like, okay, I need some money from my TSP in the next few years, right? And how do I be super conservative with that money, but also anything extra that I'm not going to need for years, how do I invest that for longer term so I could keep up with inflation and so that my standard of living doesn't get sliced in half over the years because I'm not investing enough to get the growth I need to keep up with my expenses, right? So there's different aspects of things that we have to think about, right? It's never one-sided. You have to do your very best, right? I know as federal employees, you do a great job at your specific job. Whatever your trade is, whatever your tasks are, you get really, really good at that. But when it comes to investing, that's not everyone's full-time job, right? For me, I do it for a living. I'm a financial planner. I do that for a living, so I do it a lot. For many feds, that's not what they do, and that is why the TSP is so simple. They tried to make it as simple as possible so that you can understand. And honestly, I have mixed feelings about the L funds in general, but if you're the type of person that say, hey, I don't want to have to think about this. I don't want to have to go in and change my allocation the closer I get to retirement. I don't want to have to research these things. I'd put your money in the L fund. Is it necessarily the best and specific thing for you that's going to get the best results? Maybe not, but it's going to be pretty close, right? It's going to be probably better than just winging it, or better than just listening to what they say at the water cooler, right? So you just do what's best for you. If you say, hey, I don't want to spend the time to be good at that, you don't have to. You don't have to. Either get some help from someone or put it in the L fund. And maybe some people out there are really the engineer type, but they want to learn, they want to know, and that's great. Do it. Do the research and do the very best you can to get the best results. And the TSP is set up so it could be as simple as possible. So that's, I guess, my rant, another rant about the TSP and how to structure yourself and how to invest in it to get the best results over the long haul, okay? Warren Buffett has a famous quote, famous quote. He says, I'm not going to get it perfect, not even close, but he basically says, you need to be cautious when other people are greedy, and greedy when other people are cautious. And I'm sure I butchered that quote, but it's something along those lines where other people are like, wow, everything's going up, and you're super greedy about it all. You have to say, whoa, am I doing what's best for me? Does this match my long-term plan? And if not, don't do it. Even if everyone else in your agency or anyone else is doing it, if it doesn't match your plan and doesn't line up with what you had decided with your allocation or what makes sense for you, don't do it, right? But again, when other people are cautious, when things come down, don't be afraid to say, hey, I'm going to invest a little more. I'm going to do a little more because I can and because I think right now is a good time. And you can't time it, you just do the very best you can. And over time, those good, sound research decisions will add up to really educated decisions that will make an incredible retirement and result for you. The biggest thing is start as early as you can. Invest now and as much as you can. Get at least the match, at least the match. If you're not getting that, please do that. But that, honestly, it's a start, but that's all it is. You have to continue doing more to have enough, depending on your lifestyle, to have an incredible retirement. I would do as much as you can, as early as you can, to really get on the right foot. Okay, again, I will stop rambling for today, but I hope this is helpful. I hope this provides some inspiration, some guidance on how to approach your TSP and how to look forward to the future when we know things are going to be rocky, right? Things are going to be rocky. They always have had ups and downs in the market, and there always will be. So, I hope this is helpful, and I will see you next week. And again, thank you for making it to the end of my video, the end of my podcast. I hope this brought value to you and your life. My goal with this content is to bring as much value to as many people as I possibly can. So please, if you can, if this brought value to you, please show your support, subscribe, hit the thumbs up, comment, give me feedback about what you want to hear about, what you want to learn about, and how you can get more value out of this, and so that I could do the very best I can to make this the best channel for my viewers, for my listeners, the very best I can. So again, thank you for being here and investing in yourself. and in your future. And I will see you next week.